I know I already said it. We're done with the bleach stuff when I said holification is no longer a word, but this feels like a Bankai. Hey everybody, Theta here, back with another Stone-Faced Reactions, and we are here with Madoka Magica. No wait, I forgot. That's not what we're doing. We're doing a Magia record. Sorry, my head is in a completely other space right now. As always though, despite whatever show we may be watching, we come back with notes and a board. So let's go ahead and look at that board real quick. Where, as always, we come back with a changelog, where I've added Kane, connecting her with a green line to Mafuyu and Yachio. I marked Kane as dead. I added Mel, connecting her with a green line to Mafuyu, Yachio, Momoko, and Yui. And then I marked Mel as dead. We're going heavy with backstory centric death characters. Sorry, I thought there was a better way to put that. My brain didn't come up with it on the fly. As I said, though, we do have notes. It doesn't bode well that the Magias purport to be trying to save magical girls, and the first thing one of their leaders says when met is, "Keep bothering me, and I'll have a rumor take you away." I mean, I get the situation is such that these are the people that have been disrupting the Magias' plans all this time, so they aren't exactly allies, but it's a pretty harsh statement, incited by practically nothing, which only seems to show how callous the Magias leadership actually is. I know that this episode is basically another version of the Madoka Magica episode of where we found out what soul gems actually are and their importance to these characters. This time via the past experiences of a particular group of characters, and now that revelation changed the paths they went down, versus Madoka, which was more present, ironically, to see how that revelation affected them in the present. I think that kind of made the Madoka reveal that much more impactful, as it was our main characters figuring it all out on their own, in the moment. This one is still pretty good, as we get the emotional impact of the past lost, but it's still distanced from most of our main characters, which creates a bit of an emotional distance. I wonder if you can fix a cracked soul gem. I know they say that a broken one is irreparable, but does that imply that one that's near broken couldn't be fixed? So now we get the new term to replace what I've been calling holification, which is doppels. For some reason, we have a situation where a girl turned into a witch, and in the same region, a girl that turned into a doppel. One has to wonder why one and not the other. The factors of witchification tend to be loss of power in the soul gem, as well as depression. It kind of looked like Mafuyu was only experiencing depression, though. Toka says that she invented the doppel system, but it looks like Mafuyu did it on her own, as we never get shown any connection between her and Toka. Similarly, Aroa did it on her own as well. Toka suggests that this is a worldwide movement now, but we know that there is something specific about Kamihama that is luring in witches and keeping normal Kyuubi out. Suggesting to me that maybe Toka is just claiming responsibility for something and not actually the cause of it. Either that or she is behind it but has no real control over it beyond keeping it here in Kamihama. My last note here. Are Momoko and Kade Magias members? Seems like it from the bridge scene. Momoko lures Reina out to talk. Kade offers to show her a way to be saved. I believe, if memory serves, it was Reina who had the paint thing on her soul gem before. Which, same thing as Madoka. So, it's entirely possible that that's how she got in to being a Magias. And maybe pulled Momoko in, and now they're trying to bring Sorry, I said that in reverse. It's Kade. Kade had the pain thing, not Reina. So maybe Kade got Momoko to join, and then now they're trying to get Reina, like invasion of the body snatchers sort of situation. I don't know. It's the only connection point that I have is that one end, not credit scene, but the end of the episode scene where we saw Kade freaking out about her soul gem. All right, well, that's all I really got about last episode. So the only thing I can think to do is to hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
And we are still in the Memory Museum. I guess we just really haven't seen what the negative aspect of the Doppel system is. I mean, she's just asleep. There's no one concerned about the baby QB. Yeah, I didn't make any note about that. The I'll never have friends again thing. And then going out of her way to find Mafuyu. Really gotta be mixed messages on Mafuyu's side from Yachio. I mean, it could be that they've made up their own mind about what to do. I mean, it's not an unexpected turn of events. Essentially, she forgot that she wasn't going to have friends anymore. You know, just things were going too good, and now the reminder is there of what has happened in the past. And now that it's all present again for her, she's going back to her vow instead of pushing forwards with the way things have been so far. Makes me wonder, though, if the beginning of this episode is going to change. Like, she said disbanding the team, but does that mean I'm kicking you out of my house? Because that's a different thing. Because, I mean, there's a lot of ways this can go. But the fact that we haven't left the Memory Museum yet kind of implies that we could possibly change Yachio's mind before everything. I just completely forgot to mention that this is the last episode of Season 1. I don't remember how many seasons there are, but there's like a lot of episodes of Magia record. So I'm assuming we're going to get left on some sort of cliffhanger. No, we're still here. And all 5 members.
うして急にそんなこと言うんですか？あの人たちに何か言われたんですか？そうじゃないわ。なら理由を聞かせてください。あなたには関係のないことよ。関係あ
I
り
mean,
ま
it
せん。
does.
私と八千代さんの問題
Yeah,
です。私は
exactly.
チームを続行する気はない。それだけよ。納得できません。
I mean, at most, you could say, I'm leaving the team. You can't break up the team if it's more than you.
私と一緒にいるとあなたが死ぬのよ。私が魔法少女になることと引き換えに叶えた願いは生き残ること。私が生き残りたいという身勝手な願いで魔法少女に
We got plenty of those. Doesn't make you any unique.
周りの人たちが死んでいくのよ。何ですかそれ。そんなわけないじゃないですか。そんな理由でチーム解散なんですか？もう誰にも死んでほしい。やっちよさん。
Was that a witch or was that a magic? A rumor. Doppel. No, doppel. Rumor. I just remember the whole Taharu, I'll send a rumor after you if you keep being annoying. Just seems to me to be ironic if they thought this was annoying and then sent a rumor out.
やっちよさん。絶対に助けてみせるよ。
マジで髪切っちゃったの？ありえなくない？
私キャラかぶっちゃったんだけど。
勝てるつもりなのかな？
消えるの。
Oh, that's right. She's a model. I completely forgot. Thought we were getting introduced to a whole new character for a second.
その髪型似合ってる。みんなで撮影したらきっともっと素敵に見えるわ。私たちモデルユニットらしくなってきたね。
So, like a bus accident? I don't know how all of the models will die.
仲間を守るためにはリーダーの私が強くなることが必要だったから。それをキューベイに願ったの。生き残りたかった。でもそれは仲間を守るためよ。仲間を蹴落としてまで生き残ることなんて望んでいなかったわ。
Oh, yeah, Back to the Future.
モデルは一人でやることにしたのに。本当に願っていたものは諦めたのに。
Nanami. That sounds familiar.
やめて。私はそんなこと望んでいないのに。
Oh, is this an effect of getting attacked at the Memory Museum? Is that her? Yeah, or is, never mind. I was gonna guess if it was a memory of her, because she was dressed in the memory.
私、八千代さんたちのおかげで強くなったんです。八千代さんが自分のせいで誰かが死ぬって思ってるなら、私がそうじゃない前例になります。八千代さんの願いがねじ曲げられてしまったのなら、私はそれを跳ねのけてみせる。それくらいできます。
I don't know, Aurora. Seems like the argument against that would be the fact you haven't found your sister yet either.
約束します。八千代さん。 ありがとう。イロ。
I don't know why I'm flipping on the whole thing here at the time it's all gonna turn around, but I mean I'm for them getting back together again.
一旦外に出るしかないわね。鶴乃ちゃんたちもまだ見つかってないのに。あなたは無事だったんだもの。鶴乃たちも脱出してるかもしれない。
I don't know, it feels like they were draining your soul gem. Because she woke you up by putting more into it.
調整屋に行けばグリーフシードは融通してもらえるわ。しっかり捕まってなさい。ここから出るまで。
Also not great for the argument that we won't die just because you've got a twisted wish or whatever, and then you instantly get hurt.
イロハ、もう少しよ。
Oh, God damn it. There was text there. Rumor of the... And it was like brown text on a brown background, but I couldn't see it in time.
巴さん、あなたたちにも福音がもたらされたのね。福音。
Remember, there was one twisted timeline where she's the first one who starts killing everybody.
悪いけど、私たちはマギウスの翼には入らないわ。どうして悲しみと向き合おうとしないの？そこに悲しみを乗り越える道があるというのに。巴さん、少しは話を聞きなさい。聞かなくていいよ。
Remember, I guess, the first step to saving magical girls is attacking magical girls.
あなた、マギウスの導きのままに。
That's new. She didn't have that in Madoka.
らしくないな。
No. This is how you have to know this is a different timeline. Because she's dead.
ミキさん。まったく、探したんですよ。
Unless this is an element of the memory museum at play.
ミキさんなの。私を責めに来たのね。あなたたちには償っても償いきれないこと。私は。マミさん、何言ってるんですか？私のことはいくら責めてくれても構わないわ。けどね、もう大丈夫なの。
Almost are from different timelines.
回避できるの。方法を見つけたのよ。最悪の事態。ねえ、要さんは近くに来てるの？そうよ、要さんも呼ばなくちゃ。神浜市に来れば魔法少女は救われる。
Yeah, Mammy's always the first one to freak out. This is gonna be a witch form or a double form. Damn. I know I already said it. We're done with the bleach stuff when I said holification is no longer a word, but this feels like a Bankai. Yes, I mean, so long as your soul gem doesn't get hurt. Because we know her power was healing. I'm telling you, Yui is one of those.
てるわけないわ。
I mean, you're literally just pointing Yachio's original point true.
ドッペルを使う気？大丈夫です。絶対に戻ってきます。
Now, why can she use her doppel? Fine. But Mammy goes fucking insane trying to use hers. I mean, again, unless this isn't her doppel form and she is just fucking insane right now.
どうして魔法少女同士でこんなこと？魔法少女を救ってくれるんじゃなかったんですか？
Okay, no, that's clearly something close to being the same. Those are both doppel forms. As I pointed out before, when she looked at her doppel form in the mirror and talked to it.
早く決着をつけましょう。はい、八千代さん。ごめんね、ともえまみ。でも、ともえまみが研究に協力してくれたおかげで、もっと感情エネルギーの回収効率がいい噂が作れそうなの。魔法少女の解放の役に立つんだし、もし死んじゃっても分かってくれるよね。本望だよね。
I think that rumor that's driving her has to be the robots that we see in the normal world. I think just reinforcing my idea that there is two different versions of the world. I'm telling you, if Madoka Magica was Gurren Lagann for Magical Girls, Magica Record is Bleach for Magical Girls.
私、今、気をつけて。それがドッペルという力よ。八千代さんがいるから、二人でいれば大丈夫です。
I mean, it's a bit of a twist to have Mammy be the villain all of a sudden. Oh, they have been collecting an army.
魔法少女のみんな、かつて希望を抱き、いつか絶望を振りまく魔法少女のみんな。ねえ。
Alright, well, that answers the question from the notes.
何をお願いしたの？自分のために願った人、他人のため、夢のために願った人、いろいろだよね。人間はより良い未来を夢見て何かを願うことができるの。それってとってもすごいことだよね。人類は1300万年かけて文明を築き、社会をより
Well, that's certainly a number.
科学を発達させてきた。願う力がずっと人類を前進させてきたの。それこそがキューベイも持っていない人間の願いのポテンシャルだとしたら、願いの力で奇跡を起こす魔法少女は最も人間らしいと言えるよね。
Uh-oh.
でも現実はどう？
This is a very familiar type of speech.
誰も顧みられることもなく、傷つき倒れ、その命を散らしている。魔法少女はただ己の運命を嘆き、呪いを振りまくことしかできなかった。しかも私たちの希望が、絶望が都合のいいリソースとして消費されているとしたら、誰かのためにこの感情が
I'm gonna have to rewatch that. Something was being indicated to me that I just didn't get.
そんなことが許せる？絶対 私は信じてる。この感情が願う力は私たち自身の運命だって。
Now, is faith an emotion that QB would normally be able to harvest?
キューベイだって想像もしてない。魔法少女はどんな奇跡だって起こせるの。私たちの希望は誰にも利用させない。マギウスはみんなに未来をあげる。私が作ったドッペルシステムがあれば、もうソウルジェムが濁りきって魔女化することはないんだよ。
They're gonna worry about them being destroyed, though.
多くの魔法少女を救いたい。みんなも協力してくれるよね。あなたたちはマギウスの、今を生きるすべての魔法少女の翼となるの。もし邪魔するやつがいたら、みんなで力を合わせてやっつけよう。帰るの。マギウスはダメだよ。私たちずっと一緒だって言ったよね。私たちは必ず魔法少女を
Yeah, yeah, there's no leaving the evil organization.
魔法少女はマギウスによって救われるの。八千代さん。
Although I guess technically she could disguise herself as one of the many black wings and sneak out. And clearly she said something there, which we're going to hear from a different point of view next episode, I assume.
約束したじゃない。死なないって約束したじゃない。
I mean, exactly, though. That's what I've been saying the whole time. She's been disproving her own thing. Well, Felicia's here, too. I'm assuming on an infiltration method, not that they actually joined. I mean, she's the coolest looking one, but unfortunately not as interesting, I think, as some of the others.
早く来ないかな。ワルプルギスの。
Oh, it always fucking comes back to Walpurgis. So, does that imply that this is going on? Well, I was gonna say, does it imply it's going on concurrently with Madoka? But it would have to be going on concurrently in a different timeline, of course. And I could understand why we'd never get Akane over here. Because in whatever timeline this is occurring in, it has to occur in a timeline where either Madoka comes over here, in which case Akane would be over here, because wherever Madoka is, that's where she would be. Or she doesn't come over here, and Akane is wherever Madoka is.
玉木いろは、君の願いは叶えられた。お姉ちゃん。そもそもなぜドッペルを使うとソウルジェルが浄化され、ドッペルシステムにはなりたくない。神浜にだけ存在してるんだ。助けたじゃない。宝崎にわからないことだらけじゃないか。まだ誰が助けなきゃいけないの。私たちのことは誰が助けてくれるの。その魂を海外に。
玉木いろははもういない。あなたが殺したのよ。お姉ちゃん、私のこと忘れないでね。
Wow. So I don't know why, but right there at the very end, I fucking got chills. Obviously, there's a lot to break down there. I got hung up on the I can finally leave the hospital part. Because obviously that was, like, Yui, but that was also, you know, Toka and all the others. There's a lot of clues in there that this is going to be a fucking breakdown of an episode before we get to, like, next, you know, the normal thing. I don't know why I'm saying it like it's something special. Same thing. It just feels like there's going to be so much more here than normal. We got the declaration of intent from, I'm going to air quotes this, the villains. Although I don't know technically if they are or they're not the villains yet. I mean, they can stand opposed to our main characters and still be protagonists of the story, because technically they do stand opposed to QB, and QB still kind of the villain at this point if we're Madoka anti-witch thing, right? At the same time, we also have to figure out the intent of the teams that we've seen so far. If certain people are infiltrating, if certain people have actually joined. I don't know. There's a lot going on here. And what I was indicating before, that Iroha is essentially like, oh, it's not your fault that everyone's going to die, and we'll fight against it, and then instantly gets hurt. And then, by the end, I don't know why she's assuming she's dead, even though in that last segment seemed to imply, oh, it's your fault that she's dead. She fell down a hole. Like, so long as her soul gem is still around, like, there's no indication that a soul gem gets destroyed by falling from a large height, right? So, yeah, so long as the soul gem's around, should be fine. And not for nothing, her husk, I don't know what you want to call it, could cover that fall. Don't know why Minikube is still always following her, though. That's a clue I haven't gotten yet. Yeah, there's just so much going on in this episode. On top of that, the whole Mammy Doppel thing, which is fucking insane. But, I don't know. What I'm trying to get at is there's so much information dump in this episode, which is great, by the way, because it's not like, let me info dump on you. It's like, I'm going to do this and it's going to make sense for what we're doing in the world. While at the same time, massive fight on a Bleach scale. That was Byakugo, I think that's his name, from Bleach. Like his thing, except instead of cherry blossoms, it's guns. That's fucking awesome. If I wasn't so friggin' subdued because of this shit that I'm taking, I would be so much more loud and vocal about it, but I can't be. So, God, amazing episode. Like I said, right at the very beginning, I forgot to point out that this was the end of the season. So, I'm assuming everything we got there at the very end was to clue us in what's going to start happening next season. I still think that there's going to be competing groups of Magias, or that the same way that we only found out about the Magias about halfway through the season, that there's going to be other groups out there that aren't Magias that are also doing their own thing. What's her name? The other girl that was in the hospital with Ui and Toka. She's going to have her own thing going on. And, God forbid we ever fucking find out what happened to Ui, but I'm assuming that's what season 2, what they're indicating to us it's going to happen in season 2. Yeah, I'm sorry, I feel like there's so much more to go over there, but I feel like I got overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that was coming in. So, as per usual, I guess just wait till my notes for next time, if it seems like I missed it here, because my notes for next time will have everything that I took all the time to go over. And if I missed it then, of course, then let me know, because that's the time to let me know. So, I guess until then, I have been Theta, this has been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?